Hello everybody, welcome to Understanding the GY6. Today we're going to be talking about the CDI. The CDI controls your ignition timing. It receives a signal from the pickup on your stator over your flywheel. And this is how it works. On the top terminal, you have a 2-terminal block. One comes from your stator. It's usually a black wire and it's connected to the coils on your stator. And it comes into the top left-hand side if it's facing you on a side block terminal, and sometimes they're turned the other way, so it would be the left terminal on your top block with 2 terminals. On your right terminal, this goes to your kill switch. It is usually a blue and red, blue wire with a red stripe. This goes to your kill switch. And then goes to a ground. Basically what happens is when you hit your kill switch, it grounds out your stator power to the engine so that it can't go through the coil. On the 4 block, your top, just below your dual block, top left hand side is usually a blue wire coming from the pickup on the stator. And then the one next to it goes directly to your ignition coil, and that's usually a black wire with a yellow stripe, and that determines when your ignition coil receives power, which it amps up the power, sends that power to your spark plug creates a spark, causing your engine to fire, etc. On the bottom of your 4 block, bottom right hand side is a ground, and that's kind of self-explanatory. It usually grounds out to your engine or your frame, enables a complete circuit for when your CDI is controlling your bike or your engine. And on the bottom left of your 4 block, this wire can be hooked up. Some wiring harnesses don't even have a wire going to that slot. Some wiring harnesses do have a wire going to that slot. That is your rev limiter. If you're running a performance CDI, your rev limiter usually isn't hooked up, period. It's not hooked up in the CDI, so it doesn't matter if there's a wire going to it. If you're running a stock CDI, sometimes the rev limiter is hooked up, sometimes it isn't. And if it has a rev limiter on your CDI and there is a wire going to it, then if you decide that you don't want your bike limited, you can cut that wire, disconnect that wire, pull it from the wiring harness, wrap it with some electrical tape so that you can reconnect it later if necessary. It's not really a necessary connection, but it's, you know, that's basically where it is. I hope that properly explains the CDI. If you're looking to make your own wiring loom to hook up a GY6 to like a dune buggy or a go-kart, something like that, this is the diagram you will follow, or a diagram you can follow. There are better diagrams if you Google it, but this is a basic explanation of what a CDI does. It controls your ignition timing. The blue wire coming from your pickup going to the black and yellow wire that goes to your ignition coil sets a millisecond delay, which determines how fast your ignition fires. The rest of it can pretty much be bypassed except for the ground. I'm pretty sure that has to be hooked up. If you're testing your engine on a workbench, your kill switch is generally not hooked up because you can pull the spark plug wire by grabbing it with a pair of pliers. Never grab it by hand. But if you're hooking it up to a go-kart or a dune buggy or whatever, you probably want your kill switch hooked up. Anyway, I know, long drawn out explanation for something that's pretty simple, but if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I read all my comments. I answer them as quickly as possible, usually within an hour. If you like the video, please hit like. It really helps me out a lot. If you haven't subscribed to the channel and you really want to learn how to understand what a GY6 50 or 150 is and how to wire it, how to work on it, what does what, subscribe to the channel. It doesn't hurt and it helps me out. Thanks for watching, and I'll get back to you with another video soon.